another. The scripture says we are our brother's keeper, and that's what we hear at MSF. We are each other's keeper. All right.
Right.
Good God, man.
The next one is the mother one.
Ooh, oh my God. We didn't talk about this much, but we're gonna talk about it right now, real quickly.
The late men I see in my practice often had mothers who were overburdened with too many responsibilities.
Yes.
They often waited outside the home.
That's correct.
In addition to taking care of the house and raising their sons and daughters.
Yes.
They did the best they could, but often struggled with exhaustion, anxiety, and depression.
Yes.
Their children feel abandoned.
Yes.
And some become parentified.
Parentified, yes.
Children who become parents to younger siblings and
surrogate
partners to their burdened out mothers. I found that when these male children become adults, they may unconsciously look for women to fill their unmet needs. So they're looking for, in a girlfriend,
they're looking for a mother
figure. Looking for a mother.
See? Because they never had the mother.
Wow.
You see?
The women they marry become surrogate mothers instead of wives.
Yes.
Causing marital
distress.
The late men tend to avoid responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And their wives react with anger in an attempt to control their husband.
Good God from Zion.
Like teenagers, the late men then rebel against these frustrated wives.
Yes.
They act out with alcohol and drugs, infidelity, and or anger, passive aggressive resistance.
You see what happens? See, when the man is not, especially because a woman is a nurturer.
Right.
So if the woman is there to nurture that child, if she's out of the home because there's no father there,
right,
what happens is he's not getting that love from that mother. So what happens is as he gets older, he wants the girlfriend that he gets involved with to be a mother figure to him.
Right.
But then when that young girl that instead of that girl getting love from him and getting the support that he needs, he don't know how to give that.
Right.
He don't know how to give it. So he wants that woman to be that mother, but when she starts to become controlling, he can't handle it then.
Right.
Because the punishment that she's going to hand out to him of being controlling, he didn't get that from his mother and trying to give him some parameters in life.
Right.
He takes it out. Then he goes to the drug addiction, all the stuff.
Right.
He goes to abuse because he don't want that woman or that girl telling him what to do now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He wants the mother figure, but see, he's looking for the mother in the wrong place.
Right.
He didn't have that, so what he needs to do, he needs to learn to be able to talk. So when he gets that good woman, he knows how to treat her. Because right at this point, in this particular situation, a man will never know how to treat a girl in his life because he really never had a mother in his life, and he didn't have a father to teach him how to treat a woman.
Right, exactly.
Good God from Zion. Woo, Brother Dwight.
Trauma and abuse.
Oh my God. We didn't talk about this.
A majority of the late men I see in my practice has some history of emotional, verbal,
yes,
and or physical abuse.
That's right.
This childhood trauma is most often perpetrated by angry fathers.
There it is. We talked the father war. There it goes again.
Which of course is associated with alcoholism,
Yes.
drugs, and etc.
And emotional abandonness and all that things that go with that. Yes. Here it
It
is.
says, but a significant number of the late men were sexually abused as children by
Yes.
parents, older siblings,
Yes.
and others.
Yes, right.
Trauma and abuse is a terrible damaging to the children of all age.
Yes.
Late men who were traumatized as kids
Yes.
get stuck developmentally
That's right.
in or chronicle anger, insecure,
Yes.
and emotional stunt.
Stuck. Yeah.
They tend to be full of shame and self-doubt.
Yes.
They have a factual sense of self-identity confusion, and they are prone to self-sabotage.
That's right. There it is, because of the trauma and abuse.
Right.
And they have an identity crisis because they don't know who they are.
Right.
And that's why we as men, we have so many problems because the father wasn't there. And that really sets us on a pattern, it sets us on a road of destruction as we get older. Because we don't know how to have relationships.
Right.
Because there was no father wasn't there, of course.
Right.
And the mother was out of the home. So where did he learn all this stuff from?
So it's like a young man or a male trying to be a man.
Yes.
But he can't be a man.
That's right.
Because his attempt is misguided.
Is misguided again because there was no there was no foundation of emotional needs met.
Right.
None of that stuff was met right there at all when he was younger. So
the next thing to do is to go on what it says on the internet,
yes,
or what you see on TV,
that's
what it is to be man.
That's right.
Sense of identity of who he is.
That we've been talking about that for
Right.
Good God, man. Let's go to the last society, we ain't gotta go through this. Societal and cultural factors, all that means that, and you just said it just now. We learn how to be men if we're not guided in the right direction when we're younger. Then what happens is we fall prone to the streets, to the television. We get hooked on video games, pornography, all that stuff that says that this is what makes a man. You fall into that trap. Because you were misguided, you were not directed, the bow was not pulled, it didn't pull you back and aim you in the right direction because the information wasn't there.
I'm sorry. God just gave me a revelation. You get a bootleg version of it.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a bootleg version. Yeah, and that's not going to understand.
You just get a little bit, you get a glimpse.
You get a glimpse, yeah.
Of what's on TV.
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's not true. Yeah. They paint that picture for you, but it's not a true picture.
Right.
And we believe that. That's where you men fall off, because you believe that stuff on television. You try to go and act out in real life. It don't work.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We like what we see, but then we go out there and it's not like that. All right. And then lastly, emotional and behavioral problems. We just talked about that: shame, fear, depression, and addiction. These are the problems that result from powerful forces affecting boys and men today. Goes right down to what we said. Good God from Zion. All right, let's close this out, Brother White. Let's get down. There are two types. Are you a victim of spiritual sabotage? We got to end this out right now because this is very, very powerful. There's two types of spiritual sabotage. Let's get into this very quickly, Brother Dwight, and go through this. Read this out for us, brother.
In the early months of World War II, Germany conquered and occupied France. Soon thereafter, the French underground or resistance movements was founded. Their ranks consisted mostly of non-military civilians with very limited resources or weapons.
Yes.
From their inception, they knew they had no real power to defeat or destroy the massive and well-armed troops of the German war machine.
Yes.
See what it's going. It says for their inception, they knew they had no real power. To defeat.
You getting there?
Wow. They therefore initiated a long-term program of sabotage. Which, according to the Wikipedia, is a deliberate action aimed
at weakening
an enemy through subversion, obstruction, disruption, and or destruction.
There's a word. Weakening. That's how the enemy does us as men. He weakens us. He don't destroy us yet, but he weakens us. So when we get weakened, then he's able to overtake us as time goes on. Subversion, obstruction, disruption, and then destruction.
The other dictionary reads sabotage. Church's actions to defeat or hinder a cause or endeavor on delivery subversion. The objective of sabotage is to halt all production rather than to destroy or impair human life.
That's right. Because see, that's the enemy's job. What he wants to do, he wants to halt the production of you moving forward as a man. He's not going to destroy you yet. He'll let you destroy yourself because he has to paint a picture first that on the other side of the grass or that side of the fence looks good, and if it's gang life, if it's fast cars, if it's women, it's money, drugs, he wants to paint that picture. He's halting your production of learning how to be a man to make you look like that's what it is to be a man, but in the long run it's not.
Counterfeit.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
As God's called our first fruits, we are in spiritual warfare with Satan and his resistant movement. In this case, he is the saboteur. He uses churches and hopes, hindering both the work of God and the individual member in his or her pursuit of salvation. Satan even attempts to influence us into spiritual sabotaging our own salvation.
That's right.
What is spiritual sabotage? How does it happen? What does the Bible say? How can this enemy be overcome? Two kinds of spiritual sabotage. Sabotage against the church and self-inflicted sabotage. Sabotage against the church. The Bible does not use the word sabotage, but there are two key words which match its meaning.
Sedition
and
variance.
Yeah. Then the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, elimination, wrath, which is anger, strife, sedition,
hearsays,
envy, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
Good God,
Now the word variance from the dictionary, the condition or varying differences, variation, a state of disagreement and disharmony, clause, confrontation, contention, differences, difficulty, discordance, dissension, distance, decidious, disorders, faction, fiction, inharmony, schism, strife, war, and warfare.
Okay, there it is. So that's telling you right there.
That's against the church.
That's against the church. So if Satan can defy the church, then he's very easy. He can defy man.
Right.
Very easy.
Because man is the head of the church.
There you go. There you go.
Preacher of the house.
There you go. That's it.
And the only thing you got in the sand, you cut off the head.
There it is.
There body go all over.
There you go, brother. There you go. Now you get it. Let's go to this last one. We get ready to close this thing out. Go ahead, brother.
So, okay. Correct the doctrine real quick. Christ is the head of the church.
That's correct.
The man is the head of the house.
That's correct.
So if he defeat the man or the people in the church that Christ is the head, is not the head, so they basically cutting off the head of the church.
That's correct.
Their salvation.
That's correct.
Then he move into the individual.
There you go. There you go.
Which is self-inflicted sabotage.
There you go. Absolutely.
Self-inflicted spiritual sabotage is usually far different from the kind visiting the church.
Yes.
The saboteur in this case is the church member, him or herself.
Yes.
How do church members disrupt and harm their own salvation process?
Good God, talk to me, brother.
Betrayal isn't something else better, more important. Delay, I'll do it next time. I want to do it something else first. Denial, I didn't know. Are you sure you told me? Excuse, I had other things to do, not enough time. Fogging, what was the request again and again? Keep forgetting. It must have slipped my mind. I have forgotten it.
See that?
Well, it's crazy. I've been working the word for months now. Procrastination. If it needs to be done, someone else will do it.
Put it off,
Rebellions. I don't want to do it. It isn't my style, way, or desire. Sabotaging. I do it, but I won't. You cannot count on me.
That's right.
Stalling. Can't it wait until? I don't think I can do it until. Subversion. Do you think it's necessary? War or something else?
Good God from Zion. Brother Dwight, this is powerful. I hope y'all got that. How the enemy comes in to destroy the church. The head, which is the man, which is God, and then man is under God. And he comes in and he destroys the individual. Right. By these words that you just said right there, Brother Dwight, which I thought was very, very powerful. Betrayal, delay, denial, excuse, fogging, forgetting, procrastinating, rebellion, sabotage, stalling, and subversion. That's how we do to sabotage ourselves, and that's what the enemy used for us to use these things for us not to do what we're supposed to do. All right, and
those are the ways of sabotaging our salvation.
There you go. That's
salvation
right.
Process.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, don't allow sabotage in your life. 5 tips to get you out of your own way of self-sabotaging behavior. Go ahead, brother. Run through these 5 real quick, and I'm gonna read this last thing.
Preserve yourself.
Yes.
Remember that success isn't black or white.
Oh my God.
Don't throw the baby out the bath water.
That's right. What does that mean?
Don't throw the baby
out with the bath water. What does that mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. The water may be disposable, but not the baby.
Or perfectionism. That's true. That's right.
Right.
Absolutely. Go ahead, brother. You had it. You got it.
Think beyond yourself.
Yes. Think beyond yourself.
You got to understand what when I was reading through the different ways of sabotaging your salvation process, I seen a lot of
There it is.
And salvation is not.
It's not about.
It's not about you.
That's right. Exactly.
It's about what you can do for the love of God.
And, that's right.
And
that's right.
allow Him to work through you.
There you go.
To be there for other people.
Absolutely. Brother.
Wow.
Awesome.
Explore life.
That's right. Explore life. Get out there in the world and learn different things. Get around people that can help you and elevate you. Get around people that celebrate you, not people that tolerate you. I'll say it again. Get around people that will elevate you, not people that tolerate you. All right? That's what's going to help you explore life, and you'll be able to fulfill your life goal, and you can find out, and you can start building your core values from then on out. If you get around positive people, if you don't, you will never build those values, and you will always be negotiating.
Right. That's good.
Always.
Tolerate too close to torment.
That's right. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna say these last words here. Got a very powerful thing I found, and I think it's so powerful to relate right back to what we were talking about. The name of the writing is called "Soar Beyond Your Fears." That's what we talk about in sabotaging. We're fearful as men. Let's look at this. Once there was a king who received a gift of two magnificent falcons from Arabia. They were Persian falcons, the most beautiful birds he had ever seen. He gave the precious birds to his head falconer to be trained. Months passed, and one day the head falconer informed the king that though one of the falcons was flying majestically, soaring high in the sky, the other bird had not moved from its branch since the day it had arrived. The king summoned healers and sorcerers from all the land to tend to the falcon, but no one could make the bird fly. He presented the task to the member of his court, but the next day the king saw through the palace window that the bird had still not moved from its perch. Having tried everything else, the king thought to himself, maybe I need someone more familiar with the countryside to understand the nature of this problem. So he cried out to his court, go and get a farmer. In the morning, the king was thrilled to see the falcon soaring high above the palace gardens. He finally flying now. He said to his court, bring me the doer of this miracle. The court quickly located the farmer who came and stood before the king. The king asked him, how did you make the falcon fly? With his head bowed, the farmer said to the king, it was very easy, your highness. I simply cut the branch where the bird was sitting. We are all made to fly, to realize our incredible potential as human beings. But instead of doing that, we sit on our branches, clinging to the things that are familiar to us. The possibilities are endless, but for most of us, they remain undiscovered. We conform to the familiar, the comfortable, the mundane. So far, the most part, our lives are mediocre instead of exciting, thrilling, and fulfilling. So let us learn to destroy the branch of fear we cling to and free ourselves to the glory of life.
Right.
Praise be to God. And that goes right back to what we talk about, explore life.
Right.
Don't allow the enemy to make you sabotage your life. You can soar just like this bird did, but you got to get away from the familiar, get around people that's going to help you and lift you to grow, and then you'll be able to fly like any other person out here. We all have possibilities. God has given us all gifts to be successful in this life, but you got to, men, stop sabotaging yourself, or you will never be able to fly and be successful in this life. Brother Dwight, any last words, man?
No, it was good.
Good God from Zion. Awesome message tonight, man. My
Yes,
God,
sir.
my God. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed the broadcast. We love you here at MSF and the Trauma Network. We thank you so much for all your support. We look forward to again seeing you on next week. We got another powerful broadcast. We're going to be dealing with excuses on next week, because that's a lot. That's what we as men, we are big on excuses, boy. My God. And some of you women probably laughing about this, because men are full of excuses because we don't want to take responsibility.
Right.
We don't want to take responsibility. We'll make an excuse in a minute. But praise be to God, we're going to be back with you on next week. We hope that you enjoyed everything, and we look forward to seeing you again on next week. Brother Dwight, take us out.
It's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it that really matters.
Finally, the secret is out.
Even strong man struggle.
Praise be to God. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you next time on the Trauma Network for Men.